How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It was a busy week. Like,
oh my gosh.
Are we ever not gonna say that?
I
don't know.
Yeah.
It's always a busy week.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like time's going by fast.
Yes.
Getting closer to warmer days.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
And I can't believe is Easter early this year?
Easter feels early this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yes.
Planning for that. Spring break.
Yeah.
All of that sort of stuff is around the corner.
Yep.
I'm so ready for spring break. I took it off, so it's going to be me and the boys.
Nice.
Like, nothing big going on, just like low-key little things.
Yeah.
And hopefully some runs.
Yeah.
Hopefully some sleep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited
The
for.
big things, runs and sleeps.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, me being back in school, my spring break is different from Jack's spring break. So it'll be nice, but yeah, it's just a lot of things then to figure out.
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah.
Aww. Well, I'm excited that summer's around the corner.
Yes.
It's coming. But with a change of seasons comes some things that, as a runner, I think differently about.
Yeah.
So I think we should talk about what our summer and like spring break running plans are, and maybe some past like vacation running tips and stories would be really fun today. Should we do it?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's get into it.
Sounds good.
This is Run in Her Shoes podcast with Amber
And Robyn.
where we talk about balancing life, work, and running.
As busy moms juggling life, we want to provide a community where we encourage taking time for your mental and physical health on your running journey.
Join us weekly as we talk about our favorite races, gear, and goals as amateur runners, 1 mile at a time.
All right. So I was doing just a little sleuthing online, which just means I Googled.
Okay, yep.
But because I feel like I don't know, last summer was my first, and obviously yours, first time running during those summer, like warmer months.
Right, yeah.
And so just trying to, just some good tips from maybe people who know more than I do.
Oh, right. I mean, yeah, because it's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. Lately, I found that my ideal running weather outside, it's like 45 and not windy.
Yeah.
And that's going to change soon.
Yeah. Here, I'm just happy if the wind's not blowing.
That's true. Not
but
windy.
also, yeah, just not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, what's your perfect running
just
date?
right. Yeah.
April 20.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So then more specifically with summer, people are usually just traveling more. Mm-hmm. You're on vacations or whatever. And then specifically with spring break. So I found a great article from Runner's World. And so Janet Hamilton, she's an owner of an Atlanta-based company called Running Strong. And then Chris Hausler?
Yeah, yep.
Is that how you say that?
Sure.
Yeah. And he is a global running concierge for Westin Hotels.
Oh my.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Sounds like a great job.
I know, I just imagine you're at a desk, you're running shoes,
Yeah.
the most comfortable clothes.
Of course.
And you're just leave the hotel and go for a run.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's all I have for you.
Answer the phone how may I help you have the best run today?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Okay, next venture.
Yeah. So these were some of their tips for keeping your running routine going while you're traveling. Mm-hmm. And reading through these, I was yes. All of these totally made sense.
Okay, let's hear it.
So number 1 is do your homework and plan your runs ahead of time. So you're going to be at a certain place, find out where people are running at.
And if you're traveling with your significant other, they are prepared to know that you're working runs into your vacation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think with that too, because, and a lot of these, so last summer when we drove to Washington State. I totally had these like grand plans of like,
Sure.
I'm going to run every single day.
Dream vacation.
Yeah. But there were just like certain places where the campground or like the RV park didn't feel big enough to just do like I'm not gonna do 5,000 laps. Like that just doesn't sound fun.
Okay, sure.
But also I didn't feel comfortable leaving the RV park.
In an area that you're unfamiliar with, away from your family. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think maybe next time, because we usually take the same route, I may look at like where the high school is at to run on the track or something.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
No kidding. Really quick side thing. I ran on a track for the first time a couple weeks ago. Okay. I showed up to the track to start my watch.
Okay.
You know, to be like outdoor run. And it said, "It appears you are at a track. Would you like to pick your lane?" What? My mind was blown. And I was like, yes, I want to pick my lane. Because I never ran track in high school or anything, so I didn't know it. So I'm like counting I'm going to run in lane 5. And I picked my lane 5, and then it calculated. I mean, I guess it would calculate my exact distance anyways because of my gait length and everything. Right, yeah. But yes, it asked me what lane I wanted to pick and then tracked my laps in a different way than had I just done a regular outdoor lap. But it knew I was at a track.
That's crazy.
I know. So if you hit any high school tracks this summer, you're definitely going to have to let me know if your Garmin gives you that same alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then tip number 2. Move around as much as possible and get out and stretch.
I'm the worst at that because I just want to get there.
Yeah.
So to stop and take breaks, it's hard.
Yeah. But you don't travel with your dogs, do you?
No. We can't fit all of them in the car.
So we are always not making frequent stops, but it's just like anytime we're at a gas station, I'm taking the dog out.
That's smart.
So it's like I have that little motivation anyway. So, but yeah.
Okay. I like it.
And then when you get to a place that you either are camping for the night or for some reason you're going to get in a quick run.
Yeah.
It said, don't just jump out of the car and start your run. Do a warm up. You've been like in the car for like however long.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get the blood pumping before you get into it.
Okay, good idea. Yeah. Also, maybe some compression socks while you're traveling might help too.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Big one, stay hydrated.
With your Stanley.
Yeah.
Yes, huge help. And then you'll make frequent stops because you need to use the restroom.
There you could run to the restroom.
Check.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then you already kind of mentioned this, but let your friends and family, so whether you're on the road traveling or you at your new destination, letting your friends and family know the plan. Like, listen, I have this race coming up. I need to run. You know, we will do family things, but like early in the morning, I need that time for my run.
Okay, yes.
So it's just so everyone is kind of in the know.
Right. And also, if you are traveling without me, I want to know how your runs go from a different state. Also, so I can be like, are you okay? Did you make it back safely?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then this is actually the one that I didn't like because I like to run by myself. Yeah. One of the tips was like, invite your family on your runs.
Oh. I mean, well, they would get to see what you're seeing too, right. But I get that. Okay, well, I'm your family.
Thank you.
We will travel together, and then it will be a little...
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then the biggest, probably most important, was don't stress over missed miles. Mm-hmm. You're there to be with your family, your friends, or whatever, so just don't worry about it.
If you miss a few days or a few miles, it's okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. And so the article said, that was written in 2020, but it said that your race goals are important and worth taking seriously, but there's also nothing more important than your relationships in your lives. Mm-hmm. So while you're traveling this season, savor every moment you get to spend with the people you love, whether it's on a run or just eating pie around the kitchen table.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
Eat pie around the kitchen table.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I really liked this. It said you don't gain fitness overnight, you don't lose fitness overnight. Keep it all in perspective. Do what you can, but don't let it interfere with the joy of being able to see your friends and family.
Yes, exactly. And even though I haven't had a chance to like go on a longer vacation where I'm planning out my runs, we've said it before, I've had some time where I had some injuries and I could not run. And in my mind during the, that week or two, and one time it was like 4 weeks I was out, I thought like, oh, I'm never going to be able to get back to my baseline. But then I was really surprised coming back into it. It didn't feel like I was starting all the way back to day 0. It's like once you start, as long as you're not taking like years off, I feel like your bodies and muscles are going to remember.
Yeah, I feel like when I take a long time off, my first run back isn't always the best.
Sure.
But then it's like the second one, it's like, oh, okay, like I'm back in it.
Now I remember too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing I think about is just like living with a balance in your life. I kind of try and balance like 80-20, even with what I eat, for treats versus splurging or not. And when we are on vacation, like with intermittent fasting and how I choose to eat, like I'm not going to be so regimented in that while I'm on vacation that I can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because that would just blow it completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're able to run on vacation, do it. But if you are just eating pie, that's
do it.
Do it, because I think that sounds amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
With all this in mind or whatever. So like I said, last summer we drove to Washington and I packed all my running stuff. I totally thought like, every stop or every place we camped, I was going to be out and running. The first one, like I said, I just didn't know the area too well. And so whatever. But then we stopped in Oregon and that campground is bigger. And so I took Ranger, our German Shorthair Pointer, for a walk, and the inside the park on the path was like a 1/4 mile loop.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, I don't have to run on the highway, which the park is away from town, and then, it's off the highway, and I just felt like not knowing the area super well and then not wanting to run on the highway, like whatever, I'll just do laps in the park. And so the next morning, get up for my run. At that time, I was still running with Ranger, and I thought, well, let's wear him out before we get back in the car. And we got like a couple of laps in, and I decided we needed to stop.
Sure.
And because I needed to use the restroom. So we'll stop. We're by the trailer. We go in and I'm like, well, feed the dog. And I could already tell that I needed a real bathroom.
Because you were in your pull behind trailer, your camping trailer, little. You've got your family in there with you.
Yeah, it's basically set up like a studio. Everything's open.
You've got one door for the bathroom.
One door.
Yeah.
That's not even like a real door. You see the gaps in like the bottom?
It's not soundproof.
No. And I knew I cannot do this here. And I went to go put dog food in Ranger's dish.
Yeah.
And
it's okay. We've all been there.
It just happened.
Things are happening
so quickly. And I was like, I want to say shit, but literally, figuratively, I need to get the F out of here. I grabbed the door code for the bathrooms.
Okay, yeah.
Get to the bathroom. The door code won't work.
Oh, no.
Because you have to go through a door and then, like, there's a hallway and then, like, the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And it won't work. And it's super early. The office isn't open yet. And so I walk around the building because then it's fenced because there's, like, a hot spring. And I'm looking at this fence and I decide to jump it.
Because on the other side
is the bathrooms.
Okay, yes.
So, climb over this fence. I'm sure there were cameras, and
I would love to see those security cameras. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
It'd be like our mud girl run where you're climbing over a fence.
Exactly. Yeah, I am looking forward, because it's our usual stop when we travel. So I just feel like next time we go by, there's going to be like, you know, when people like steal from like gas stations.
Oh,
and
like
they
a wall of shame.
Yes.
Please do not climb the fence. Wall of shame for offenders.
Exactly.
Robyn Ogden.
Oh, so... So make it to the bathroom.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Crisis mostly averted.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But then I have to jump the fence to go back. No. I think I was just able to go through the door from the outside.
Because it was like locked from one
direction. So make it back. And Jesse's up by this point and was like, "How was your run?" And I was like, "Fine, let's go." Like,
so good. Let's get out of here. Yeah. So are you driving back to Washington this summer?
I mean, we usually do it once a year,
Yeah.
but this year has been so crazy. We're doing our Moab run.
That's true.
My mom is coming out here once or twice this year.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of like, we're going to see how it goes.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking like either when you plan your trip out, choose a different stop.
I know.
And or take a year off from stopping
Except
there.
I'm going to be like, Jesse, we can't. Let's stay somewhere else. He's going to be like, why? It's a really nice
RV
park.
Extra. Like, what is the key code? Okay, can you write it down again? Can you confirm this is the bathroom key code?
Yes. And what I realized is the different outside doors had like different codes.
So it could have worked if you were in crisis mode.
I think I just had grabbed the wrong code for the wrong door.
Dang it.
Yeah, but yeah, I know I need to like double check.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But that's why we're not invited back.
Can't go back to Oregon.
Can't go back.
Okay. It's okay.
I
love it.
But we finally make it to Washington.
Yes.
I got a couple like morning runs in at my parents' house. And they were good runs. But you know, my parents' road, it's that highway. So you have to be careful of like, bigger trucks.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So, and then I never ran at night. I always ran like in the morning. So, and then I just tried to step off the road if there was some, you know, like a big log truck or something going by. But...
Yeah. There's dangers for running in that area.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly. So, and I don't think it's like a high runner population road. So just making sure like you can see me, I can see you, and there's nothing wrong with stepping off and just pausing for a minute while someone drives by.
Are you, when you run on the road, are you going opposite of traffic, or on the highway do you run with traffic? Do you know what I mean?
I always run against so that if you're not paying attention, then I am, and I can adjust.
Right. Yeah, one of my routes around here, I mainly run on our kind of like country back roads, but I'm always running against traffic with that. And one of the paths that I do, I can do an in and out, and I know what that mileage is going to be. But there's another route I could take, but I would have to go on a highway to make it a circle lap. But I haven't like decided. I guess there's no need to do that besides a mental that it's not a in and back, that it would be a loop.
Yeah.
But I have yet to decide to go onto the highway, mainly because I'm like, what are the rules for runners on the road? Am I supposed to, like, I would feel more comfortable going against traffic on the highway so that I can see who's coming at me type of a thing.
I think that's kind of a general rule too. Like when you bike, you want to go with traffic.
Okay.
And when you run, you go against.
Okay.
That's what I had always
right.
heard. And then when I ran cross country, we had certain practices where we would be on the road, and they always told us to be against.
Well, if I decide to do that, I will let you know how my highway finish my circle lap goes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think too, just with that, couple nights ago, I was running in our neighborhood, and I was on, not running against, I was on the opposite side, so that's not good for me. But in this moment, it was kind of good because another car was coming at me. I don't know if they were on their phone.
See?
Or just not paying attention, but like they were kind of like
Oh.
going up. So I stopped running to be like, hello, like, because I had all my lights and all, you know, so it was like, but I was just trying to be like,
right,
you know, which way, and then I think they corrected and saw it, but it was just kind of like, that was weird.
Yeah, I'm glad you were paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh. But while you were in Washington, you did morning runs, but then what else were you doing while you were there? Because didn't you run in a race there?
I did. So it was the Great Cedar Foot Race.
I love that.
Last year was the 46th annual.
Nice.
So they've been doing it for a little while. And then all the entry money and everything they get from that goes to the Rotary. And then that gets filled into like all the scholarships that they do.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
And so there was a 2 mile and like a 5.126. I don't know how they calculated it out, but then there was like a 5 mile option. And being in a new place and not quite, we hadn't run like our 10K yet. So 5, for whatever reason, just felt intimidating to me. So I just opted for the 2.
Right.
Let's just go have fun. Because then there was the parade right afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
And wasn't it on Jack's birthday?
It's July 4th.
Okay, so it was like his birthday weekend. So you were there with family and whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like a quicker run to be able to do the 2, enjoy it, get a super cute t-shirt.
Yep. And then me and my mom just hung out downtown, but then everyone met us for the parade.
Fun.
The longest parade ever.
Oh, yes. We're used to like our 20-minute parades here in town, and it's like perfect.
We left after a couple of hours.
I have never seen a parade that big.
It was insane. Any political, had like a thing. Every club, high school and whatnot had like a thing. Every town, every like restaurant, business seemed to have a thing.
Who was watching the parade then?
I know, everyone was in this parade. But yeah, it was crazy. And we got there so early for the run, and there were already the street, we barely found places to sit because people must have the night before set out their chairs and like roped them off.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well,
so
if I ever go with you to Washington for this, summer trip, I will get to see this giant parade. That is so awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, as we are getting closer to spring break and to summer, I was just thinking, like, what are some of the things that I'm going to need to switch up in my routine a little bit, or like my absolute must-haves for summer running? So here's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm going to be more mindful about sunscreen this summer.
I'm
on
so bad at
my
that.
face especially.
Yeah.
Like I don't think about it, but I know as we continue to log more miles outside, my future self will thank me if I put sunscreen on.
Yeah.
So what I do have is the Super Goop Play. It's like the brand name of it. But when I got it and I was using it last summer, like not consistently. My goal is consistently this year. But I just really liked it because it wasn't heavy.
Oh, okay.
And it went on really smooth, and it was very much sweat proof.
Okay.
So
now Goop, like Gwyneth Paltrow's thing?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if it was the same thing.
No,
okay,
not
separate
quite.
thing. Okay,
a separate thing. It was just the name. Yeah, you hear Goop and you think it's going to be like goopy, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the sunscreen that I like to use. I need to stock up on that more now that like I'm going to be running in the sun more often. And I don't have like a beanie and a face cover and everything because of the wind. We're so close to getting out of that season.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year, did you get nice like runner tan lines?
Yes. And I will say, like, my skin is very fair. It always has been. There's like not much I can do about it. Last summer was the first time I had real lines from my shorts. So it was like a dedication to showing like I have been running and I have been running outside, and here are my short tan lines to prove it. Yeah. I was so proud of those. Yeah. They're gone now.
Yeah. I know. I got these I'll have to send them to you, but I got these new running socks from 7,000 feet, but they're tall.
Okay.
So this summer, I'm excited for like half my...
Oh, no. That might drive me crazy.
Like white and then tan.
You're going to have
yeah, it's
all
going
these
to be
different
just
stripes.
like, yeah.
That's okay. Mine is always my wristwatch,
too. Yeah.
Like, this has finally faded as well, but here shortly. Like, do you remember that one year we got family photos done, and the editor was like, well, I would have had this done sooner, but I had to fix Amber's Apple Watch band because I took my watch off. Yeah, it's going to be like that again soon. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. So the other thing that I love for summer, and even now,
oh my gosh, I was going to say, yeah.
It's a must-have, right?
Yeah.
Dry shampoo.
Yes.
And I've tried a lot, but I've found a favorite at the moment, okay? Because you have some of your goodies here, right?
Yeah.
You brought some of them. Okay, so I'm going to show one of my goodies.
Okay.
Okay, this is my current favorite. Living Proof Perfect Hair Dry. So it's like PhD is what it says. It's a dry shampoo. But what I like about it, it actually cleans your hair instead of just absorbing the oil and everything, which I like. And you can feel it when it goes on. It gets kind of cool and fizzy. It cleans your hair. And I can go like 3-4 days now using this, even running, using it. So like this is my must-have.
Nice. And I like anything that like you can feel it working. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just makes you...
Oh, and it has a time-release fragrance.
Oh.
So I legit smell it on my hair all day long when I use it. And it smells so, so good. Even John was like, oh, that smells nice.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's my new dry shampoo. So that's my
Thanks,
must-haves.
I haven't showered.
Yes, thank you for saying that. Well, I shower, but I just won't wash my hair.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Yes, it's my non-showered. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then my last must-have, and I mean, really, this one's kind of year-round too, but like I really see myself getting more as the summer goes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a new addiction, is sunglasses.
Yes.
Like, what color do I want for the day? How much eye coverage do I want? Like, what's the shape?
Yeah, the shape and the color. And
it's
so good. Yeah. I actually brought my new ones.
Oh, I'm dying to see these.
Yes. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Take these ones
Let's
off.
see. Okay, I'm ready. Yes.
Yes.
I love the shape of those.
I know.
A little bit bigger.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're not the like... I can't do the ones that are super popular that are like...
That wrap kind of all the way around.
Yeah, and they're like one big... You know what I mean? This
I
still
do.
has some...
Yeah,
Yes.
those are cute. You look good in every single pair of sunglasses.
Stop, no.
You do. Okay.
But yeah, I just thought they were really fun, and the color too just totally sold me.
So good. And those are gooder.
Yes, I was about to say, yep, gooder. And I think for running, we both like them because they're insanely lightweight.
Yes.
I'm not worried about wrecking them because they were affordable.
Yes.
Super affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're like, because what would you call it? Almost has like a matte feel. Like they're not glossy and
kind of rubbery almost.
Yeah, so they don't bounce when I run. They stay in place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I really like. And then they're fun because they all have fun names.
Yeah, what's the name of this one?
So these ones, See You at the Party Richer.
See You at the Party Richer?
Yeah.
Okay. They do look like good party sunglasses too.
So these are really fun.
They are so fun. I have a few pairs of gooder as well, and I'll be adding more, obviously. I don't know if I can pull off the ones that go all the way around. I might have to try it
cool
off.
enough to do that.
You're not cool enough to do that? Yes, you are. You're like the coolest. No, I'm serious. The sunglasses.
Yeah, I'll wear them when I knit outside.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I've just never seen you in a pair of sunglasses that doesn't look good, so I'm sure you could pull them off.
Thank you.
How many pairs of sunglasses have I given you that's like, nope, these don't work for me. They're yours now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Okay, well.
So those are really good.
Those are our summer must-haves.
Yeah. Well, and then my last one, because I also brought my last thing, is because... Well, I'm growing my hair out now, but it was even shorter. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed?
I have noticed. Okay. Yeah.
But so it was hard to pull back.
Yeah.
For my runs, so I was wearing a lot of hats.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite are these. They're called Runner, and so R and an R.
Okay.
Runner, But they make these hats that are so great. They're super lightweight. And then they have like the vents on the side.
Yeah.
So they're like super cool. They're supposed to be like sweat wicking and all this stuff. But they're just light. And then they just come in like these really fun.
Oh, I love that print.
I know. Really fun colors. They always come out with new stuff. And then something I think I'm going to have to buy. I'll have to show you. But they're making these great bags, like smaller, that have like a handle on it. Like it almost looks like a toiletry bag.
Okay.
But they're for your shoes. So when you're packing your shoes,
yeah.
they're like for your shoes specifically. But so they have like, it almost is like not the size of a shoebox, but you know what I mean? They're like rectangular and has a zipper, and so
because that's the other thing with traveling is I'm always like, I'm gonna bring a few different pairs of shoes, but then do I have to have a whole separate bag for it? Do I just throw it in with the rest of my suitcase? But then your shoes are dirty. So that's a great idea.
But they have really fun prints right now. So
awesome. Okay, share those with me.
Yes.
Well, speaking of summer kickoff and getting closer and closer, I am thinking about a race, and again, if we're not able to pull it off this year, it's got to be a must-do for next year. Okay? The Boulder Boulder.
Okay, I think I've heard of this. Well, one, because it's like in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's just popped up on my Facebook.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about it, so tell me more. But tell me.
Well, I don't know, maybe it's a Colorado thing because I was born and raised here, so it's just like I've always heard of the Boulder Boulder. Like it's just a I just grew up with it.
Well, it's like when they do that bike race here.
You know what ride the Rockies.
You know of it because you're here.
Okay, I guess I didn't think about that. But Boulder Boulder is one of the most popular races in the nation. It is always Memorial Day weekend, so it's a great way to kick off summer. And it's a 10K. Which is doable for like a lot of us runners. That's like, I'm not constantly training for a half marathon, and you know, like marathon isn't, I don't feel like it's on my list of I'm going to be able to do this anytime soon necessarily. But like 10Ks for me, I feel like that's a good day. It's a good race. It's a good challenge. It's fun. So the Boulder Boulder, so popular. Lots and lots of people running it. It started in 1979, so it's been going on for a very long time. And it's been voted America's all-time best 10K. Okay, but it's not just like you run the race and where it's at. They have a lot of fun aspects of it as well, which I will tell you in a second. But I wanted to like do a race breakdown of how it started. So the very first one, it was, in my opinion, still big. There was 2,700 participants. Which is still a huge, huge race, okay? But you're going to see where it builds to and realize that was actually pretty small. So they ended it in a park, like in downtown Boulder, was like the finish line. And then it was super, super popular then. So the next year they were like, well, we have way more participants. It doubled. Pretty much. It went to, which this number is funny to me. It's 5,280, which is... Whoa, that's okay. 5,280 participants, which is how many feet are in a mile? And then they brag about being like just about a mile above sea level. So it's just kind of a funny number for their second race of participants. But they realized they needed to change the finish line to the Boulder High School field. So that was like a bigger area. So with, over 5,000 registrants, okay? It continued to get more popular. The next year, they had 9,000 registrants. So it's like almost doubling every single year in the beginning. It gets better. But because it was that big now, they decided to change the finish line to Folsom Field. Do you know Folsom Field?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where the CU Buffs play football, college football. It is a major football town. When I went to college, I went to CSU, Colorado State University, in Fort Collins, and our rivals were the Buffaloes. And then I went to nursing school at CU, so I was a Buffalo. So like I guess I have to support both. But so I can say that I was a CU Buff for 2 years for nursing school. But I've never, I take that back. I've been to the field once when I was really little. Our grandparents took us there for a 4th of July fireworks show. It was incredible, but I was really little. So I haven't been back since. But that's where the finish line got moved to in 1981, and now it continues to stay there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so that's where the finish line is going to be. But then because more and more people just were really enjoying this race, in 1983, they added wave times based on your pace. So when you register, you just put down what your average pace is, and then they will group you based on that so that you can run with runners that are like your similar speed. So they, even if you're walking a 10K, jogging, or like ready to race and break records, they have a wave time for everybody, which I thought was really cool. But they've also added more challenges, like inside of the race, they have something called a middle school challenge that encourages kiddos to get in and run too. And it just kept growing and growing. So in 2002, they had over 45,000 people register.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? But here's probably one of the reasons why. Guess how much the award was? If you win. Mm-hmm.
It's cash?
Yes.
$10,000.
Oh, girl. Not even close.
What?
Yes, this is the largest non-Olympic prize money.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
It is $196,000 if you win this race.
That's crazy.
So excuse me while I go try running even faster on my 10Ks. Just kidding, it's not going to happen. But I think that's part of the reason now is that, that's one of the motivations to go run is you could win a crap ton of money.
Yeah, holy moly.
Yeah.
I thought it's cool, like if you win shoes or something, but like
no, almost 200,000, and that was in 2002. So I should have looked it up to see what it is now. But then just kept growing. 2004 they had over 47,000 participants, and then in 2007 they added the electronic tag timing, which I'm kind of shocked that it didn't happen before then, but maybe it wasn't like a technology that was available prior to 2007 to have electronic tags on your bibs. But they added that in 2007 with over 50,000 registrants. And then in 2018, they celebrated their 40-year anniversary of having it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's been going on for a really long time. It's fun to see it evolve. Over 1.3 million people have completed this race. So it's very, very popular.
Cool.
But here is what's cool. You still get to finish on Folsom Field, but as you're going through the race, it's not just a track, okay? So they say, do you like fun? How about they included bacon, random, water slides, hula dancers. Like, it's all of the, as you're running, you have all this entertainment, I guess possibly food.
I was just going to say, like, bacon, like there's bacon to eat?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't know. If you've ran the Boulder Boulder and you have enjoyed bacon on your 10K, let us know.
Yeah, I can't decide how I feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, I always feel good about bacon. But yeah, as you're running, like it's like a good salty snack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but they really add a lot of different things in there. They have skydivers.
What?
They have jets flying over.
Holy moly.
So yeah, you're very much entertained as you're running, which I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then of course at the end they have like this giant expo where they have tons of different sponsors for food, vendors, beer, swag, all of that awesome stuff. Yeah, so that one.
You tell me there's a food truck at the end of a race, I'm there.
I am running as fast as I can to get to that food truck.
Yeah.
Yes. So I might look into that one for this year because it's coming up and Boulder's.
Do it.
It's a bit of a drive for us, but it wouldn't be awful.
Fine.
It'd be a good weekend.
Yeah.
Good weekend getaway.
Let's do it.
And I think my boys would be excited if they got to be in Folsom Field, like cheering us on as we finished.
Oh, yeah.
John especially would be all about it.
That's nice.
Especially if Coach Prime was there, like congratulating.
Who is that?
He's the head Deion Sanders of the CU Buffs.
I don't know any of those words you're saying.
Okay,
So.
all right. Well, we're a football family. But anyways, now he's the head coach of the CU Buffs.
Okay.
So I could probably talk John into it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right.
All right. Are you ready? Not to move on too quickly, but are you ready? We're moving on fast to fast facts.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. We always got to know, what are you binge watching?
Okay. What am I binge watching?
Yeah.
I just finished Breaking Bad.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
For the first time?
Second time.
Okay. But it's been like a while.
Yeah, and you know what? The first time I watched it, I was in, I think, nursing school.
While it was on TV, or?
It was on Netflix the first time
Okay.
I watched it. I think it had like just released to Netflix, and I remember waiting for like the seasons to be released onto Netflix.
Gotcha.
But then I work from home. I work from a computer.
Yeah.
So to pass my time, I like to have something playing on my phone, and then I'll stay off of my phone so I can focus and work. So I'm watching it, but I'm also multitasking and working. But I did not remember what happened. I remember the beginning, but the details of it, like especially seasons 3 and 4 and 5 for the last ones, I was like, what? No way. I can't believe I didn't remember any of this, but it was so good.
I know.
I could watch it again.
Yeah. Your dad actually turned me on to that one when we were living in Italy. Mm-hmm. And so I need to rewatch it because it's been a while. Because it's like, I remember big things, but I remember it being like a really good show. So I think it's worth. Where are you watching it on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay. Still on Netflix.
It's still on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you watching?
So I got a couple more. It was a busy homework week.
Yeah.
But I got a couple more episodes of Love is Blind in.
Yeah.
And yeah, not really a whole lot, but off air I'll have to tell you about Couple to Thruple.
Oh my. Yes. Okay, not safe for podcast.
No.
Okay.
But but that's always a good one. And then, or it has been a good one. And then, I guess when I'm doing these, like, when I'm just doing notes, I'm not certain this, I'm just copying, Yeah. I've been rewatching Superstore. Did you ever get into that one?
No, I haven't, but I need something to start this week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Peacock.
I have that.
Superstore. Okay. It's a good one. Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
And then what has been like your favorite quick go-to meal this week?
Much needed.
Yeah.
Because with wrestling practice, if we don't quickly feed the boys before practice, that means we're not going to be eating until like 7:30 at night when we get home. So crock pot meals are a must for me. Check this out. All you got to do is ground your hamburger. I season it with like ground ginger, ground mustard, kind of get like an Asian feel to it. Throw that in your crock pot with red bell pepper that's chopped up and shredded carrots, already shredded. Like it's like a cup of shredded carrots, 1 red bell pepper with your seasoned hamburger. Okay. And then ramen noodles, chicken broth, put the lid on, let it cook, and then sprinkle it with green onions. And it's like super easy stir fry. The boys love it. We put kind of for John and I, we put a sweet and sour sauce over the top of it just to add a little bit more zing. Yeah. It's so good and so easy. And it makes enough for 2 nights. Oh, cool. So it's like back-to-back wrestling practice. Boom, boom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's yours?
So we did, because busy week. And some nights we only have like a quick turnaround by the time Jack gets home. But I always get the pre-shredded chicken that comes in like the little tubs. And then I always forget how to say it, but that like Greek cucumbery sauce stuff that's like white. Yes. It starts with a T.
Tzatziki sauce?
I mean, that's
right,
like
basically.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you mix that in with the chicken. Yum. And then you get like pita bread, and we cut it. So cut it in half for Jack. Make like a pocket, and then stuff it with the chicken.
Making that this week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. And then we just do like chips or something on the side.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
All right. This is gonna make you think.
Okay, let me set my coffee down.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. You're going to make me think. I'm ready.
If you could have any unconventional animal as a pet, what would it be?
I want a koala.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like low-key.
Yeah, just like mellow, cuddly. Koala / maybe a sloth.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I feel like low maintenance.
Yeah.
I have high maintenance animals.
Yeah.
I have currently 3 dogs, 2 cats, 9 chickens.
Yeah. One's currently
at
our
like
door.
Pawing at the door trying to get in, as always. Like, cannot be separated from me, but I guess I'm asking for a sloth or a koala to also not be separated from me, so maybe that's something that I actually do enjoy. But I would love a cuddly little thing that's always right here with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want like a tiger or something?
Well, no, because I don't want to be eaten.
Okay, sure.
And while you were talking, I was like, well, maybe a monkey, but then I also don't want to be attacked.
Oh, I know, but like a little monkey would be so fun.
Yeah.
What's your final answer?
I mean, I also imagining the monkey just all over everything too. Climbing, swinging.
Like my
Can
children?
I handle that right now? Yeah. Oh, am I thinking about your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have a good answer, but I like yours.
Okay, we'll share.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll have shared custody over your sloth. Thanks.
I think so.
Thanks. Okay, so you're gonna like this one because I think we're different on this.
Okay.
But you get done with a run.
Mm-hmm.
Are you untying your shoelaces or not?
Not. I know. I'm so bad about this.
Do you untie them to put them back on?
No.
Oh.
I'm trying to get better about it. As they start to feel loose, I do.
Okay.
I don't like shoes in general.
Oh.
If I could be barefoot all the time,
yeah.
I would. The only reason I wear socks around the house is because my feet get so cold. Otherwise, I would be barefoot. I could not be a barefoot runner because I'm a wimp.
Yeah.
But I don't love shoes in general. So it's just like, I'm just going to slip it on really easy.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking them off as soon as I get back.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. It's more just like a slip on, slip off.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I untie mine because I read it.
Okay.
But I always untied my shoes, but untie them, loosen them up a little bit.
Good
retie them when I put them back on.
So good. Well, right now, we've said it before, we're in wrestling season with the boys. One of the things, probably the only thing that I dislike about wrestling season is trying to get the wrestling shoes on the boys. You have to loosen them up.
They are very
shove them on. Tighten everything up. Tie it. Like, it's just so tedious.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody needs to invent slip-on wrestling shoes.
Oh my gosh.
But you have those shoelaces that I need, right? Where it's meant just for slip-on, slip-off.
Yeah, so they're like stretchy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I do like them. I think if I buy another pair or another set, I just need to like play with them a little bit more. Like I just can't decide if they're too tight, so, but yeah, you need those.
Okay, I'll look into it.
All right. And then last, your favorite kid moments.
Oh my gosh.
Of the week.
Okay, well this one is really cute.
Okay.
I'm so proud of my
can't
boys.
wait. Oh.
Yeah. Jeremiah is 8. And has professed his love for the same girl for like the past 3 years. He's nothing short of consistent.
Yes, that's good.
Yes. Like he's saving money for a house to buy for them already. He's planning that far ahead into the future.
Wow.
I know. But what he wanted to do, it was like 8:00 one night and he came out and he
they
was
always
like,
get these ideas.
I know. And I'm like, I just put you to bed. Why are you coming back out? He's like, well, I need to make a necklace for my girlfriend. I'm like, well, honey, out of what? Like, we're a boy household. We don't have, like, arts and crafts here necessarily. Like, my boys have never been super into that. Not readily. But yeah. So I'm like, well, what do you want to make this out of? And at first he was like, I don't know, like some paper and some staples. I know. And then John was like, well, listen, if you're going to make her jewelry, you should probably do it right. Oh. So how about, we go get some supplies at the store the next day.
Sweet.
So we did. He picked out some beads and some stretchy string.
Okay.
And the next morning, he woke up early, planned it all out. And I never thought I would help my boys make jewelry. It's just not what they've been about. And then Penn has a little crush too, so he started making a necklace for her as well. So it's just super sweet that my boys made these like full on beaded necklaces for their little crushes, little girlfriends. It's very funny. It was cute.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know, kids' brains in general are just so funny.
Yeah.
It just made me think of this. I have like another little story to tell, but we're driving to wrestling, so it's just like over an hour drive for us. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the whole way we're just like listening to music, whatever. I talked to my mom on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But we get to wrestling and we're walking up, and then this is when Jack decides to tell us all about Stevie Wonder. Like when he went blind, how many Grammys he has, all the instruments he plays, like how he's still alive, but that he will probably, I'm sorry, Stevie Wonder, but how he will probably die in 2040 or around there.
Why does Jack know these statistics?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming like school.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Just 2040, time's a ticking.
Yeah, I know. But we were just like, he ended with that fact, and we were just like, like, maybe he will live a lot longer. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, their brains are hilarious.
Yeah, but that just leads me into, I don't know if you saw that I posted on Facebook, but Jack came home, because they just had their 100th day of school.
Yes.
So Jack came home with like this poster, and it had like sections for like a prompt and then like a picture to draw. And so it was like, if you had $100, you would spend it on, and then he drew like video games or whatever, like whatever.
Yeah.
But then there was a section for what you will look like in 100 years.
Yeah.
And Jack drew a tombstone that says, "Rest in peace, Jack." And when I asked him about it, he was just like very straightforward. Like I was like, "What is going on with this picture?" And he's just like, "Well, in 100 years, I'll be dead."
Okay.
I know. It was like, well, maybe you won't. Like, you'll only be 108. Like,
yeah, there's a chance.
Yeah,
you could have some longevity.
Also, science and medicine is moving at an insane pace.
Yeah.
Like, you may live a very long time.
Yeah. So may Stevie Wonder.
Exactly. Like, we may save him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And then I forget who it was, but he was like, yeah, and so drew a picture of herself, and she looks exactly the same. Like, I was like, okay, well, maybe she will be exactly the same.
Yeah. Maybe she likes Botox.
You don't know. You never know.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Oh, kiddos.
I know.
Oh, well, I have a listener story from a fellow mama.
Oh, nice.
That I want to share. This one comes from Heather B. from Fort Worth, Texas. And she started her running journey not that long ago. Kind of her journey into motherhood kicked off her journey into running, which is, I mean, I feel like it's coming in to be a common theme.
Yeah.
For sure. So she is running her first full marathon end of February. Oh, so by the time this episode airs, she will have completed it. So
that's awesome.
Big congratulations on completing that full marathon. But she has ran a half marathon. She was working her way up to that goal in 2022. So she had just had her first daughter and kind of getting back into shape, started running, and then was able to complete her first half marathon. But she talks about when she was pregnant with her first daughter, she was diagnosed with gestational diabetes and preeclampsia, which is really high blood pressure. It's a dangerous condition, can send you into labor early or cause a emergency C-section. It's a lot going on. But around the time she got pregnant, she said that she had just started working out at Orange Theory Fitness. Okay. Now, we live in a small town. We don't have that here. Yeah. But have you heard of it?
Not specifically, but I'm imagining like a 24-hour or, like a, It
sounds cool. Yeah. If we had one, I might go. But, so she had just started working out at Orange Theory Fitness and had just found out she was pregnant, but then she was worried that continuing that much activity, especially in her first trimester, would have a negative impact, so she kind of backed off. Okay. And I remember doing that too, like scared, especially with my first pregnancy, that like if I did anything wrong, something bad would happen. So I too was very sedentary during my first pregnancy because I had similar fears, so I get that. So she backed off of that, but then she said she developed gestational diabetes, preeclampsia. She said she gained 60 pounds overall during her pregnancy, you know, so I get that journey. That's really hard. And she ended up having an emergency C-section. But the moment she became a mama and looked at her daughter, she was like, something's got to change. I've got to be healthy for myself and be healthy for my kid. So she started to go back to Orange Theory Fitness.
Okay.
Met a running bestie,
Nice.
which best way to go,
Yes.
right? It's so much fun having a running partner and accountability partner. And she was telling her about the half marathon in 2022. And her friend was like, dude, I can't even like run a lap. So there's no way I'm going to be able to run this half marathon with you. But like basically best of luck, right? But they started to train together and they ended up completing the half marathon together.
Nice.
Heather was able to complete it in under 3 hours. She said 2:36. So
Nice.
like impressive. I love that. So way to go. And while she was running the half marathon, her friend and her brother ran the full. And she said just like watching them cross the finish line and complete that mileage, she was really inspired and wanted to put that on her goal board to complete that full marathon. So she wanted to complete her next race, like the big one, to have it be this full marathon. It's called Cowtown.
I love it.
I know. I want to know more about this.
Like, I would say probably 75%, if not more, what draws me to a race is the name.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have a catchy name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it could be the best race ever, but if you don't got that name, sorry.
Like judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You're going to judge a race by the name.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's got to be a catchy name, and if there's a theme, woo, even better.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay, well, Cowtown.
I know.
So that was her goal board. So she had another daughter in end of December 2022, and she said during that pregnancy, she did focus way more on her, you know, movement and keeping up with her training plan, and she was able to have a healthy pregnancy, healthy baby girl, all of that at the end of that one. And she started training again after she had her second daughter, and she started running again outside, which she said helped a lot with her postpartum depression. And I could totally see that. I mean, even just now, I get so much mental clarity going for a race and coming back in. So I'm glad she focused on herself and got to go get that run in, being a mama of 2 at that point. So back at Orange Theory Fitness, sounds like lots of good things happened there. She met another friend, Megan, and they were both kind of thinking about the half marathon again at the Cowtown half marathon, started training together, and they realized that their mileage was more on track with the full.
Oh.
And so they decided that their new training goal was going to be for the full marathon.
Holy moly.
I know. So she said that they owe their mental grit to their training and their loved ones. The furthest they ran together on their trainings were 20 miles.
Wow.
And they were still smiling at the end of their run. So it just shows what a running bestie can do for you. And she said they don't have any jitters for the full marathon because they knew that they trained for this. And they knew how far that they had come. You know, I love that. So she said she looks back on all of this saying, if the lady I was just back in 2021 could see the lady I am now in 2024, she would be so tickled. My husband, Adam, has been the biggest supporter, and I could not have gotten anywhere near this far without him. Whenever I feel discouraged, I just think about the Navy SEAL David Goggins and all his wonderful words of encouragement. He says, stay hard, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. And I'm so excited because she gets to hear him speak at a conference the Friday before the full marathon.
Cool.
And she said, I hope that her progress serves for another to make change and to find his or her inner Goggins with those thoughts that no matter where you come from, you have the ability to be and give your absolute best. She says, stay hard, my friends.
Nice.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing, Heather. I love that story. Motivation.
Yes.
Running besties.
Yes. I feel like you need a running bestie just for the sole purpose to send memes and stuff too.
Yes. nobody else would get it.
Right. But I mean, I feel like I saw like a funny meme that was like my adult conversations, and it's just like meme or GIF, like back and forth. And I feel like at least once a day I'm sending you something.
Yes, if you looked at our Instagram messages, it's
Yes.
basically just running memes.
Yes.
And I giggle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're my running bestie and partner in crime.
Definitely.
Aw. Well, thanks you guys for listening to Run in Her Shoes. If you have a running story that you want to tell, especially if it's with you and a running bestie, you can email it to us at runinhershoes@runsister.com for a chance to be featured in an upcoming podcast. So go ahead and like, rate, share this podcast with all your running besties, and we'll see you next week for a new episode.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week. Thanks for listening to Run in Her Shoes. Run in Her Shoes podcast is produced and edited by Amber Linza and Robyn Ogden. It's time to run, sister.